Jesus says that he longs for you to be intimate with you. He longs to have you know him in a deeper way. And I can see the Lord's blazing eyes of fire looking at you. I want to draw you closer to me. He says, I want to take you to the place of ecstasy where you know me as your master, as you know me as your husband, as you know me as your bridegroom. I want to take you to that place of ecstasy. And he says, I want you closer to me so that you may know me, that you may understand my heart, that you may understand how I feel, that you may understand what I'm thinking. And Jesus says that he wants to draw you in. He says, let me draw you in. Let me draw you into the bridal chamber. Let me draw you in so that you may know my spirit. Let me draw you in so that you may know my mind. You may know what I'm thinking. You may know what I'm feeling. And Jesus says you're going to know what he's feeling. You're going to cry when he cries. You're going to laugh when he laughs. You're going to dance when he dances. He says, I want to take you on that epic journey of knowing God. I want to take you on an epic journey of knowing God. But he says when you go to that place of deep intimacy, there's things that have to be left behind. And God is going to show you the things that you need to leave behind. He's going to show you the things that you need to push aside and say, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, but I'm going to go forward in God. God is saying that as you get closer to the Holy of Holies, things change. Things become more transparent. And God is saying that he's going to take you to that place of transparency, that you become a pure and spotless bride before him. He's pursuing your heart. He says, I want you to love me even more than you love anything in the world. He says, I'm pursuing you. I'm pursuing you. I'm running after you. I'm chasing after you. Because God only shares his heart and his mind with people that have relationship, that are joined together with Jesus in bridal matrimony. You are a lover created to be loved. Every one of us on this planet, every 6 billion person on this planet was created for love. But very few find it and very few seek it out. But you were created to be a lover because you were created by love. Is it the pain? Is the rejection of the world? It's rejection of families, rejection of friends. He says, leave the pain behind, baby. Leave it behind. I'm taking you closer to my heart. I'm taking you to the bridal chambers where I'm able to speak to you the kisses of my word. Where I'm able to speak to you my heart, where I'm able to speak to you my mind. I want to take you to that places where the word of the Lord, when he kisses you with that word, when that revelation comes to your spirit, it brings life to your inner being. God says he wants to bring you to that place where we live in that realm of wisdom and revelation. We live in that realm where you hear God's voice on a day-to-day basis. And he says, I want to take you to that place. He says, my sheep, my sheep, my sheep, my sheep, hear my voice. And he says, you are my sheep. You are my calf. And I can see Jesus right now holding you like a sheep. And like almost like a shepherd will hold a sheep. And he's holding you. And he's caressing you. And he's saying, you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You're mine. And Jesus says, you're mine. You're mine. And Jesus says, you want to know my profile? My profile is I'm a lover. You are a lover. You are a lover. And so Jesus says, we're a perfect match. Jesus says we're a perfect match. And Jesus says, I want you to be my tabernacle, I want you to be my resting place. Jesus wants to be your resting place. And he wants you to rest in him. He wants you to be drawn in him. And he says that you're his resting place as well. And he says, I'm drawing you in and I'm drawing you out into the world. I keep seeing the Lord saying that. I'm drawing you in because it's intimacy. And I'm drawing you out. That's called commission. Intimacy, commission, intimacy, commission. They're connected. And Jesus says intimacy and commission, intimacy and commission. And so that's what he's doing in your heart, Maya. And so Jesus says, if you want to know my profile, he says, I'm 5'6". He says, I got tan skin. And he says, I have blazing eyes of fire. And I'm in love with you. That's my profile. I'm in love with you. And so Jesus says, if you want to know my profile, he says, I'm 5'6". He says, I got tan skin. And he says, I have blazing eyes of fire. And I'm in love with you. That's my profile. I'm in love with you.